welcome to our inaugural actual first episode of Kids on Bikes. Even Footing Games presents Kids on Bikes. We have here our cast. I'm going to let them get into their characters as we meet them in the story. But if you could all just introduce yourselves. Let's start with Bill.
Hi, everybody. My name is Vil. I am an in-law of Even Footing Games, and I am very happy to have been invited to do this, my first podcast, which is super exciting.
Lee.
Hi, I'm Lee Baldwin, but I have been with Even Footing Games for the whole time, just always here, just varying degrees of helpfulness, but you know, that's life. But I'm always happy to jump on and play games, and especially a few wonderful folks. So here I am.
Okay, and Rick, who has a friend with him, so he may be a little distracted.
Yeah, it's okay. She's laying down. Yeah, so I'm Rick. I am relatively new to Even Footing Games, but I'm excited to be here. Should be fun.
And Jason!
Hi, I'm Jason. I'm also with Even Footing Games, but normally I'm on the other side of the table, so I get to be a player this time around, and I am excited for Aaryn.
I'm Aaryn. I also have been here the whole time. So we're playing Kids on Bikes. It's a system by Renegade Game Studios. It is a system where you use all your dice except for that stupid percentile dice. Throw it away like you would the D20 in Cortex.
Or Cortex? All of the dice in Babies and Broadswords.
Exactly.
D6.
We love throwing away dice. Honestly, like the less dice possible, the better. However, I am going to put out a separate rules video, so I'm not going to get into that here, but we are going to just jump right in. It's early morning on June 6th, 1996, in a small town of Pleasant Ridge, Colorado. As the sun comes up, you can smell the baking pines of all the trees. There is still snow up on the very top of the mountain surrounding your town, not your ski resort mountain, which is a little bit less tall, but you can still see the peaks with snow. And we go right up to that ski resort where there is an opulent house with big windows overlooking the mountains, big triangle mountain house vibes with those floor-to-ceiling windows. And we go into a little kitchen. Her stepmom is calling to her, "Jill, hurry up. You don't want to be late for your last day of school.
Oh, God.
I've got breakfast on the table, but you don't want to be late because, you know, you want all your friends to sign your yearbook and stuff."
I'll just get a Pop-Tart.
But
I'm not going to be late, Mandy.
It's Tammy.
Tammy. Missy.
I mean, I feel like
Bambi.
it's maybe passive-aggressive that you call her Mandy.
Yeah.
No.
No
Go
accident.
Tammy. I'm sorry.
You have of course known Tammy for years,
Yeah.
way before she was your stepmom. So she goes, "No, I made your favorites. I made chocolate chip pancakes just like what you loved when you were little. Come on down."
I'm not 6 anymore,
But
Tammy.
they're your favorites. I remember I used to always make them for you when your parents were out of town.
Yeah, that's because you like them. I'm going to get a Pop-Tart, and I'm going to go, and maybe you won't be here when I get back.
Well, actually, that is kind of why I needed to talk to you, and why I made you breakfast.
You and my dad are splitting up? Oh, I'm going to miss you.
Oh, damn.
Savage.
That is really hurtful. And, no. Your dad has a meeting in Denver today and tomorrow. And so we are going to have a date night in Denver. And I called Ash's mom, and she said you could stay over there with Ash.
Why can't I stay here? by myself. I'm going to be 14 in a month. I don't need to be babysat.
I'm sorry. That's not going to happen. You remember the last time that you were left alone for a long period of time, don't you?
There were extenuating circumstances.
You cannot leave candles unattended.
I heard a weird noise in the basement, and I went to check it out. Would you rather I just stayed in my room with the candles and been murdered? Is that what you want? Is that what you want?
Absolutely not. But this house is perfectly safe. And I'm sorry, but what was not safe was your curtains catching on fire.
The house is fine.
It was fine. Thank God. Because that would have been terrible. And you know that your parents would have blamed me for not watching out for you. And, I mean, your father. Obviously, just your father.
Yeah. Yeah, I think my mom has other things to blame you for.
Ooh.
Jill, you're just being hurtful,
like
and I'm not gonna... I tried to be nice. I tried to make your favorite, and here's the thing. You're not allowed to stay here by yourself. Jennifer Weber is expecting you over there tonight. Here is $25. You guys can go get pizza. Feel free to...
get so much with $25.
Right?
Jill is wealthy.
Hey.
But here's the thing. You can't stay here. So get your cute little butt to school, and I will have your dad call you tonight at Ash's house.
Fine. Don't say anything about my butt again, or I'll call Child Protective Services. She grabs a Pop-Tart, and as she's walking out the door, she's unwrapping it and not breaking eye contact with Tammy the entire time.
Tammy looks down at this plate full of chocolate chip pancakes that she's made. She slides the plate over and tips them in the trash, also not breaking eye contact.
Damn. I like Tammy.
What a way to start this off.
That's great. Ooh.
So now
Vibes are in shambles.
So as Jill goes off to school, we switch directions and we look at a much smaller house. Not the smallest house by any means, but a cozy one. And Ash sits at her breakfast table with her mom, Jennifer, and her dad, Dale. And Jennifer says, I know you and Jill aren't getting along the greatest, but you know that she has had a really rough time of things. And when Tammy asked if she could spend the night, I said yes. So I know you guys aren't as close as you used to be, but, you know, how would you feel if your dad married your babysitter?
Yeah, fine. It's weird. Okay, I'm sure it's very weird for all of them, but that just, it's not my responsibility to take care of her emotions. So...
No, you are very mature for your age, and I understand that. But here's the thing. I talked to Mo the other day, and he's having last day of school pizza party. So maybe you guys can go to Mojo's and have pizza tonight with all the other kids. And since you won't be there alone, you don't really have to hang out entirely with Jill. You can incorporate other people in, so maybe it won't be so hard.
A buffer zone.
Yeah. And just remember, I raised you to be kind. And I think that Jill needs a little extra kindness right now, and I know that you're capable of that.
I suppose I can try again.
Are you excited for your last day of school, though, in the summer?
I'm excited to be done with school, yes.
Well, fair enough. I know you'll be able to spend more time at the library and be able to increase your volunteer hours and all that, so I'm excited that you get to do that.
Oh, yeah, there's a lot of work to be done, I'm sure. It'll be fun.
Your dad kind of has been quiet, like behind his paper, and he's like, maybe you could just like lose her, like at the arcade or something. I mean, if you like, and he kind of like slides you like $2 worth of quarters, and he's like, if maybe she won't want to wait around if you're making a high score for yourself. So, I mean, she does have to stay here, but like, it doesn't have to be terrible.
She's just quietly smiling. She takes the money and thanks, Dad.
Dad kind of pats you on the shoulder and says, I know you can get that high score on that Galaga machine.
Maybe if it was actually Galaga, but the glitches in this off-brand are just...
Oh yeah,
I
forget. Mo really needs to update his
we need
machines.
To think of a fake Galaga name.
It's totally Gadaga.
Gadaga.
It's not space. They're like underground, and it's like moles or something.
It's bugs. It's bugs, exactly.
Yeah. Just bugs.
They didn't really have to change much of the theming because it looked like bugs to begin with.
The music's all the same, though.
Thanks, it's still the chip tunes. Good.
And so as we leave, as Ash is finishing her breakfast, we go to the upstairs of Mojo's Pizza, where the Johnson family lives. In the top of their building is their house. And Lilith Moonchild Johnson is sorting through just an enormous amount of cereal boxes. Like a ridiculous amount. And she's like, Spirit, what kind of cereal do you want this morning?
I don't care, Mom. There's a lot of there's so much. It doesn't
There's
matter.
literally all the choices. So please just pick. Because Fawkes, if you buy any more cereal boxes, I'm going to shove them down your throat because I cannot fit them in my pantry anymore.
Mom,
You can't buy them and
Mom,
not eat them.
Count to 10 and take a deep breath. It's going to be okay.
What?
Remember the meditation, Mom.
3, 4. I can't deal with the cereal boxes anymore.
Okay. I won't bring any more home. I promise. I actually promise this time.
Okay. Until they get eaten, I do not want.
I'm
And your brother and father are making a valiant effort. They're always eating the cereal.
Well, Spirit loves it, right? Right? You love it, don't you, Spirit? I mean, you shouldn't be eating it because
absolutely.
It's evil. But I'll just have some Eggos, Mom.
I didn't buy Eggos. We have a pantry full of cereal, and I don't understand where this has come from. This obsession with cereal companies.
Mom, you don't have to know. The less you know, the better. Trust me. The less you know, the better.
And Morris, kind of like gives a knowing nod at you, but he's like, but honestly, Fawkes, it does taste pretty good. I'm a big fan of this Trix Rabbit. And he like pours himself a giant bowl, and he's like, I don't like, maybe he agrees with you on a lot of things, but like the cereal mascots,
so good.
it may be a step too far. Maybe in his heyday of really some great conspiracy theories, he would have been there with you. But now he just likes to get his Fruity Pebbles on, or what Trix is what the rabbit is.
Fawkes just kind of winks at Dad. Like as if they're on the same wavelength, which they probably aren't.
While that conversation's going on, Spirit just like grabs, like not even looking, he's reading and just grabs whatever box is closest. And it doesn't do anything at first, but like after a minute or so when he's sitting down, it all collapses.
And your mom is just beside herself. Like her kitchen is just completely covered in cereal boxes. She has no place to cook anything, which is good that you guys own a restaurant, because otherwise you would probably never eat, because the cereal boxes is getting to be a problem.
Okay, forget about the cereal and the Eggos. I'll just take, a slice of cold pizza, Mom. That'll be my breakfast. It's gonna be fine. Just keep breathing.
Okay, and she hands you a leftover slice from some night that you guys had pizza, which is always on hand.
Pretty much any night, every night. Yeah.
Mojo's Pizza, home of the original mountain pie.
Mm-hmm.
And so Morris or Mojo, as he likes to be called, he pats Lilith on the back and says, "Lilypad, it's okay. I'll help you clean up all these boxes that fell over the floor." And probably some of them were open, so probably we have
all the box tops are ripped off. They're all open.
Simultaneous. Why are they all open?
We did
What a
discover
nightmare.
that 1996 is the beginning of the cereal box top era.
Uh-huh.
So
But you don't leave the box open though. Like you can cut it out and then close the box.
You got to get the prize inside, man.
Yeah.
exactly.
So there's cereal everywhere. And
Plug
he's
out
like,
prizes.
"Lilypad, I will help you clean up. But boys, I need you to come. Like, I know, like, you can hang out after school or whatever. It's the last day. But we're having this party thing at the pizza place tonight. So I want you to be here to be, get all the kids into the party and, like, play the video games and, like, kind of lead the fun. Because this is all, like, all the kids from the middle school are going to be out today. And
Dude, it's going to be the best, Mom. Like, don't worry. I'm going to be here. You can depend on me. Spirit will be here, too, because he loves parties.
this is actually Morris talking. And he's like,
sorry, Dad.
no, that's fine. And he's like, here's the thing. I didn't realize that the Stanley Cup was going on tonight. And I'm really kind of worried that no one is going to come now. And because they're all going to go to a stupid bar with TVs or a like an Applebee's down in East Falls. Like,
Fucking Applebee's.
I know. And we need to have the place hopping tonight because it's about to be like completely off season. We need, we're going to be great. And as your mom kind of pops her head up from sweeping up all this cereal, she says to Spirit, "The library called Spirit, your interlibrary loan is in. I can't remember which one it was, but it's available at the library. I know your dad wants you to make sure you're back, but, just don't spend all night at the library."
I mean, tonight was supposed to be Dungeons and Dragons, but yeah, I guess I can do this.
Nerd.
Come on, Spirit. It's going to be a party. A pizza party here. Everybody's going to be here.
I have a party. I'm a 3rd level elf.
Can we say
Okay.
that Asher and Spirit played D&D together? Yes.
Absolutely.
At the library? Yeah, they have a play.
At the library.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yes.
perfect.
I love it.
And so you guys also go off to school. The school day is really mostly a mess around day. Like, nobody's doing anything. People are getting their yearbook signed, except for I don't know that they do 6th grade or 5th grade yearbooks, but it's like field day for you, Spirit, which you hate.
I mean, I feel like I'm just in the library, like the school library, just reading anyway. So
Fair enough.
They didn't even notice you were gone.
Yeah.
But during the day, do Jill and Asher find each other to cement plans at all?
Plans? No, Asher's gonna pretend like not gonna deal with it until she absolutely has to. I think like she's gonna show up to the party and be like, okay, now I have to deal with this now, but until then.
What about Jill?
Is she going to go looking
Avoiding-
for Ash? No,
Yeah.
no, she's
Avoiding
no.
that.
Jill is still trying to figure out a way to sneak back to the house after
Mm.
Gordon and and Tammy have left. So
Oh, your dad's name is Malcolm, by the way.
Malcolm.
We
All right. We already knew Malcolm.
You already told me that one, so.
Obviously,
man.
I don't pay attention to what I name these people.
Except if the name is Lilith Moonchild, and then you absolutely
remembered that one. Yeah.
What about you, Fawkes? What do you do during the day with your, signing of yearbooks, messing around? Are you looking for anybody?
I guess he's looking for him. Honestly, Fawkes during class was just making flyers. He's just like scribbling, like, come to the pizza party at Mojo's Original Mountain Pie. And like, he's just handing them out to anybody.
I love the fact that you make sure that the catchphrase is on there.
Yeah.
That's so considerate.
Takes him forever to write one, but he's been doing it all day. Probably getting in trouble from the teacher. But
And just so we know, what are your go-to yearbook sign-offs when somebody sticks a yearbook in your face to sign?
oh, obviously, the truth is out there. And they're like, what the Just on everybody's picture. The truth is out there. The truth is out there.
Ash, what about you?
Have a great summer.
Oh God, what was that one where it was like, it was like a rhyme. It was like, I'm the first to sign the crack, and you like do it along the line, the middle one.
Yeah.
I'll do that one.
I signed your crack. Right on the
Yeah. Yeah, that one.
And what about you, Jill?
A woman needs a man like a fish needs a bike.
Very, very great.
It's Gloria Steinem. Read something.
It's really weird to just put in someone's yearbook. Like everyone, it's weirder to put in everyone's yearbook. It kind of makes sense to do it to one person.
Do you sign them like it's a quote, like quote it, or like do you sign as Gloria Steinem, or do you sign this as your own quote?
I sign them all as G Steinem. Yeah.
And Spirit, if you were signing yearbooks, because again, I don't know if fifth graders have yearbooks, but
They don't. Most assuredly.
Anything that the school board can get parents to give money for.
Pay
I know.
for. Exactly.
I was gonna say my kid now, like every year, like kindergarten yearbook. I'm like, I'm not paying for a kindergarten yearbook.
Oh yeah, Asher does not have a yearbook. There's no way.
Yeah, I definitely have my real life fifth grade yearbook, so it's a thing. Yeah, I just always will like do random Lord of the Rings quotes,
Nice.
but in Elvish,
Oh my goodness.
Amazing.
Nerd.
And I don't like if somebody's like, "What does this mean?" and I just don't say anything. I just walk away.
I bet you're super popular. They're like, well, I did get everybody, so I guess I'm gonna get one from Spirit too.
Aw.
Sometimes, like if he knows that Fawkes has caused problems for that person, he might like put underneath "P.S. Sorry about Fawkes."
Sorry about my brother.
Amazing. So as the school day kind of winds down, nobody is paying attention to anything. You're just like, they're all playing movies in school. They wheel in those big TVs on the carts.
Heck yeah.
Oh, the big strap on them.
Oh,
Yeah.
absolutely.
It's very important.
Yeah.
So they don't topple over.
They're playing some sort of Disney movie or something that is way too young for the ages that they are trying to sit you down in front of. But you don't care because you're all signing yearbooks and messing around. But as the day draws to a close, it is the afternoon, and it's a few hours before the pizza party. So is there anything anybody needs to do?
I mean, I think Spirit would be going to the movie rental to try and pick up that copy of Jurassic Park, see
Absolutely.
if they got the new one after whoever it was ruined it.
And Dan at the movie rental place says, so it did come in, but Jill has it.
Oh man. Okay. Thanks, Dan.
No problem. And he looks it up and he's like, looks like it's due back tomorrow.
Oh, perfect. Cool.
Yeah. So he's like, can I interest you in anything else? I mean, we have lots of movies that aren't Jurassic Park.
Yeah, but that's the one that matters the most.
I mean, I won't lie, the effects are great, but it's not the only movie out there. Like, I'm a big fan of cinema. Working in a movie shop, I hope to be a film director one day. And there are just so many.
Well, he's really going in it, huh?
Oh, he's one of those guys. I work in the film industry.
This kid is 10, buddy.
Spirit's just like pulling his book out of his backpack and casually.
But he's like, I'm trying to think of what maybe won Best Picture in 1995, and I have no idea. Like, but The English Patient is such a great film.
English Patient, or maybe Schindler's List might have been.
Well, yeah, appropriate for a 10-year-old.
Yeah. Neither are appropriate.
The Academy Award for Best Picture in 95 was Forrest Gump.
Oh, yes. So he's definitely trying to sell you on Forrest Gump. Have you seen this yet? It's really good. It's so inspiring.
Yeah, no, I don't really have any interest.
But it'll make you nostalgic for the 50s. 10-year-old.
Spirit's just like, I'll just go home and watch our VHS of Star Wars. It's fine.
Okay. All right. And he looks really dejected, and like he's basically failed to teach you all of his accumulated knowledge of 17 years of how good movies are by what the Academy chooses.
Is he just like yelling the life's like a box of chocolates at Spirit?
Definitely.
Go ahead, run, Forrest, run.
Yeah. It's got some real great lines. I do also want to remind you that your mom did say your interlibrary loan was ready.
Oh yeah, that was my next stop. I just wanted to, see if they had Jurassic Park, but of course Jill beat me to it like she always does.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I think that the replacement just came in and she got it for 3 days, and you guys have kind of a standing arrangement. No one really understands why in this town you can't get a copy of Jurassic Park for love nor money, but
I mean, yeah.
Or why
Right.
Jill can't buy her
just
own
buy
copy.
her own copy. Yeah.
We don't know.
It's the principle of the thing.
Yeah.
Maybe Malcolm doesn't believe in it.
They're creationists.
There are different kinds.
So you go to the library, and Agnes, the really old lady librarian who has her hair permed and has the glasses with the chain around her neck, she's like, "Oh, I just got this in from East Falls for you. I know you've been waiting for it," and hands you the newest sci-fi book that I did not look up.
Oh, that's a good one.
Yeah, but I didn't look up what books came out in about 1995, 96, but you've been on the waiting list a while, and you were really excited about this. And is Asher at the library at all?
Yeah, I was just about to ask if you think that the library did like albums loaning as well. I remember my school did, but I don't know how small town we're talking about.
Real small. They probably have a number of books on cassette.
Okay.
That are
music on cassette.
I mean, probably a few, but
or
not
records,
many.
Perhaps. Okay.
No records. They're not that cool. They probably have a very small amount of cassette tapes, and they are not great selection. Like, we've got some Michael W. Smith and Amy Grant.
Ooh,
we've got
some very Christian rock. All right.
We definitely have some 60s, like some classic rock that was not as popular as because if it was popular, people kept them. They didn't donate. So only the stuff that kind of sucked sort of records. So
you're gonna get more Foghat than Zeppelin.
Ooh.
Exactly.
Yeah. Okay. Wow. Then I guess.
And so much Lawrence Welk.
I guess yeah, she'll try and pick. That's what she came here for, is to try and find some music. And so yeah, she's in the library. That answers your question.
Absolutely.
I'll try and find some really old music that I can say she got.
So you see Spirit walk in.
If he's like up at the front desk getting his book sorted out, she'd probably just like wave at him and then go over to the music and then pick out something, go join him up at the counter.
Yeah, were you guys going to play D&D tonight? And that
apparently.
and of how many people are in your D&D group? Is it 2?
It's just it's like 4 people. Yeah.
How did you find that many people in the night?
Yeah, I know.
I'm just kind of lucky, I guess.
Who is your dungeon master? Are either one of you the
can
dungeon
we say
master?
Spirit? Oh my god, it has to be Spirit, the child dungeon master.
And the child shall lead them.
Yeah.
I think it probably started out as like a joke, but he actually did really good, so they just let him keep going.
Like initially, we had like a 17-year-old who was the dungeon master, and then they moved away when they graduated. So
gotcha.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Spirit had an idea. Yeah.
And it's literally just Lord of the Rings, but with all the names changed.
Gotcha. Absolutely.
So Asher has
Wizard Dangolf.
And my great axe.
Yes, Blimley.
He's not a wizard. He's a magic user.
Yeah, he's a mage.
A mage, yes.
A mage, yeah.
Yeah, Spirit's just like, goodness, can I go ahead and reserve the Game of Thrones book when that comes out, though?
I mean, sure. When is it coming? What? I don't know what this is.
How do you know about that?
I just write down the name and the author's name, and I'm like, yeah, it doesn't come out for a couple months, but it sounds really cool.
I don't think we have them in our system ahead of time like that. Because I'll call down to East Falls, see if they have something in the records. I just don't know. I don't do the computers well, so I just am gonna call Molly over in East Falls.
Yeah. Spirit and Asher do all the computer work for the library.
Probably.
She's like definitely like a super old lady. She's like, what's this button do? And how?
Types with both index fingers.
She didn't type anything. Agnes is not a fan. Why is that box humming? What? It's getting warm. I'm not sure that that's okay.
That is pretty spooky if you think about it.
Okay, anybody else? Jill, you trying to sneak back to your house or?
Yeah, Jill's gonna go back to the house. If for no other reason she realized she didn't take anything with her when she left, like she didn't pack a toothbrush or anything like that. So even if worse comes worse, but yeah, she's gonna head on back and see if she can get into the house.
I mean, you've got a key. Plus, it's probably not locked, or at least not the back door kind of thing.
Latchkey kid, like everybody
was. The 90s, we were all latchkey kids. Yeah. Is the car in the driveway? Did they?
No. However, there is an old beat-up pickup truck that you absolutely recognize, but Tammy's car is not there. But this is Mr. Carruthers.
What's old man Carruthers doing at the doing in my house?
He's the groundskeeper for the ski resort, and he has like a little lean-to sort of apartment on the property, and he hangs out a lot.
He lives on the property
of the property of the ski resort, which is also where Jill's family built their house. So. I mean, he's not out in the driveway.
All right. Well, I don't want him to see me because
gonna get in trouble.
He'll bust me, or like I'll just have to like talk to him.
That also sucks.
Brothers,
old people, gross.
Right. So I'm gonna try to His lean-to is like in the backyard kind of area. Like,
I mean, it's not far, but he would not usually have his car parked in your driveway.
Right, that's weird. Yeah,
it is definitely weird. Like, he probably lives a good half a mile away from your house. Like, it couldn't be in the eye line of your property, right? That would ruin the property value.
I could 100%.
His lean-to? Why does he live in a lean-to? Like,
I mean, it's a building. It's just pretty janky. Like,
it's like
it's old. Is what it is.
Groundskeeper Willie from The Simpsons.
Yeah, he lives in the shed.
Is it like spooky? Like,
he lives in the shed.
I mean, Mr. Carruthers is not spooky. So.
Yeah. Malcolm and Tammy would never let him park the truck in the driveway. So at least I know they're not home. But yes, it's very, very weird that he's in my driveway. I'm gonna go around the sidle around the back of the house, like see if he's in the backyard, because I can't imagine he'd be in the house. That's hell no.
Against the rules.
Yeah.
So you go in the back door. You either you have a key or there's a key under the back mat or something like that. Yeah. Like, it's real easy to get.
It's the rock that doesn't look like a rock. Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah. Or Tammy put a little ceramic turtle or something on the doorstep.
Oh, Tammy.
It's super tacky too.
It is. It is. You can tell she did not come from money.
New money.
Full sign. This is not. Yeah.
Tacky ceramic turtles.
Oh man. How can we even let
Colonial.
her in? So as you enter the house, Bob Carruthers sitting at your kitchen table. You can see him. He's not really paying attention to you. He's like he's like doing a crossword puzzle on the paper. He just literally is sitting at the table. Like, you can see him before you even open the door. Because you've got those big floor to ceiling windows.
I wish you guys could see his face. Jason's face right now. Yeah. Jason getting into characters.
What in the hell are you doing in my house?
Oh, Jill. Nice to see you. Yeah, Tammy called me. She asked me to come stay at your house tonight because she thought you might come back. And she didn't want you to stay by yourself. So she said, either I am babysitting you or you are going to Ashley's house? Some kid. I don't remember the name.
Son of Well, you can tell Tammy I just came by to get my toothbrush and pajamas because I'm heading over to Asher's house.
That sounds great. I'm so glad. He's kind of has a weird cadence to the way he talks.
Yeah.
He's real, not all there. And he's just sitting there, not even hardly looking up from his crossword puzzle. He's like, that sounds really nice. I'm really glad that you have fun. And he just keeps doing his crossword puzzle.
Where are you sleeping tonight?
Well, I didn't really think about it too much. Maybe the couch.
Yeah, the couch sounds good. You should just stay on the couch.
Unless you have a guest bedroom. You can
No, there's no guest bedrooms. No. Don't have
There's 8 bedrooms.
You know. Well, and actually, Jill, since you are going to be gone, maybe I'll just stay in your room.
No. No.
That's creepy.
He's obviously trying to get a rise out of Jill, but
Mr. Carruthers, I will call the police on you. And who do you think they're going to believe?
Your mom.
Was that a your mom joke?
Since she told me to be here.
She's not my mom.
Close enough.
Jill just stomps by him. And she goes up to her room and she grabs her, she just empties her backpack completely out of all the crap and just throws in a toothbrush and a spare clothes and some, a lighter, and whatever else I decide she had in her backpack, and the copy of Jurassic Park. So at least.
Well, yeah, it's due back tomorrow.
I got to take it back tomorrow. I'm not gonna not turn it back in time. We live in a society. There are rules. Yeah.
We live in society.
Says the riot girl.
Yes. She's not going to rewind it, though.
I won't rewind it.
Yeah, she never.
Don't get me wrong.
Does Spirit rewind?
Oh, every single time.
Every time.
Be kind.
So they always charge you the rewind fee and charge it to your dad, and it's like a big F you to your dad.
Pretty much, yeah. That's how I get back at the man.
There you go, yeah. It's the little things.
I can still rebel against the patriarchy and not be an asshole. You know what I mean? You can take the movie back to the video store on
why
time.
Would they charge you $1 to rewind your tape? Come on.
They got a machine that does it right there.
There's wear and tear on that machine, though.
I know. Fawkes' little brother is going to rewind it anyway.
Fawkes' little brother.
What's your name?
You can be sure Jill knows your name because when Jill goes into the video store and asks for Jurassic Park, they're like, Spirit has it.
Spirit's got it.
Okay, so as it's approaching dark and getting ready to whatever time Fawkes put on his very professional poster saying pizza party, and probably Mo had a few of those put up around town, but not at the school, so he really appreciated Fawkes' hard work to get the word out a little bit more.
Such a good boy.
Yep.
He just wants friends. That's his ulterior motive.
Is anybody skipping the pizza party, or is everybody going?
Well, I think Asher probably at some point approached Spirit in the library and was just like, "Hey, I'm really sorry, but I can't go to D&D. My parents want me to go to this thing with the rest of the students at the pizza place. But I mean, I'll see you there probably." So.
And Spirit's sitting there with his DM screen up and pointy wizard hat, and big beard on.
I'm so sorry, Spirit.
But
just quietly takes everything off.
Did you need a ride?
In his backpack.
Do you want me to walk with you to the party? I'm sure your parents probably want you there too.
No, it's fine. I'll see you there in a bit.
Okay, I'm sorry. Well, next week, okay? I promise.
Okay.
All right.
So as you guys all kind of come into the pizza place, it is decorated with a obviously home painted banner that looks like it was painted on a semi-ripped bed sheet, but it says congratulations, Cheney Middle School grads, and then says let's party. And it's got a picture that Lilith painted of a werewolf, because of course you guys are the wolf men.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh.
At Lon Chaney Middle School.
Mm-hmm.
And the tunes
it's gonna be like a hand signal,
the tunes are cranked up. Unfortunately, it is the Macarena, on every radio station. And you guys are all really tired of it already, even though it only came out a month and a half ago. But everyone knows it's the worst.
It didn't take long.
It was
awful,
a
that
really
means Fawkes really likes it. She's the
Fawkes
only
is,
one doing the dance, and is what?
Only one doing the dance.
Yeah.
I love it.
Fawkes with his multicolored kind of parachute pants looks really good doing the Macarena.
Thanks.
I will make sure, before this is released, we'll have the art out for the characters. So, but the art is really good, and Fawkes' pants are one of my favorite parts of it.
You are gonna have to get parachute pants and do the dance. It's extra content.
Oh, I know. Yeah, you want to record that for the Ticks and Talks?
gosh.
Absolutely.
I'm gonna buy parachute pants.
With the Goodwill, you can find some.
True.
So coming up, it is not as full as one would hope.
Failed you, father.
I have no son.
No, you didn't. And your dad says, "Damn those abs," and everybody goes,
Dad, you can't say that out loud.
"It's game 5. How could you say something like that?" Like people are gasping all around the
Someone
restaurant.
faints, falls off their stool.
Yeah.
One family sets their $20 bill on the table and walks out.
At least they pay.
Some guy has a record player just scratched.
I should have gotten a TV for in here, but like that's terrible and rots your brain, and probably, the aliens will put signals in your brain that way, but probably just like the radio. So, and he just kind of starts mumbling on and on about that sounds very similar to Fawkes' conspiracy theories, and kind of goes in the back and is like making pizzas but it's definitely not a full house. And even worse, there are not that many kids. It's more like there are a couple families, but basically you 4 are the only kids that came to the kids.
Worst nightmare. Asher leaves.
Fox throws himself in front of the door. Wait! Would you like to do the Macarena?
Asher starts digging a hole. I feel like if she walks in and she, she's got like her backpack with her little amount of quarters and her music that she picked up, and she sees that there's nobody in here and it's very quiet. And it's almost like elevator music and a few sad balloons.
No, it's not quiet at all. It is hopping with the radio station on. We've got the best of today's hits and whatnot going on the radio station. Yeah,
I love that station.
Yeah.
The best hits of today.
Well, Asher was hoping to pick up Made in Heaven at the library, but I don't think that they had that because that was a 95 album. So
yeah, definitely not.
So she got
Agnes,
At Last instead by Etta James from the 1960s.
Agnes says that she'll write that down and call over to Molly at East Point. But yeah, no, but Asher, you do see that Jill is there, although not feeling great. But she's at a table, and there are several other families, but like there is a big table that's like kind of decked out, and it's got like your school colors, and it's got congratulations centerpieces and like summertime things. Like they really tried to make it really cool. And so
okay, yeah, so she walks in, she sees this site, and she sees Jill sitting at the table, and is Fawkes doing the Macarena like over at is there like a dance floor? Oh my god.
I mean, there's not a dance floor per se, but there is a lot of space over by the couple of arcade games. So like definitely could be repurposed if people wanted to do the Macarena.
Okay. And Spirit's not here yet?
Probably no. Spirit walked in with you, I would imagine.
Not very long after. He was still kind of packing up.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Because, he was being sad and 10.
Sure. It's a sad night.
Takes a while to pack up your fake beard. Yeah.
I mean, you got to put it away right. Otherwise,
exactly.
Yeah. You got to roll
fold
it, nicely. Yeah. Don't crease it.
Crease,
yeah. Put it in the hairnet to protect it so it doesn't get frizzy. But anyway.
Lilith comes over to the table and is like, "Hey, I'm so glad you guys came early. This is great because you'll get all the best kind of pizzas. What kind of pizzas do you guys want me to bring out for you?"
Jill just looks, pulls the headphones off. She's not been listening to Macarena. Pepperoni.
Absolutely.
Don't put anything weird on it. Just the cheese and the pepperoni.
No sauce.
Well, yeah, sauce, but like no.
Well, what a shit.
Not like broccoli or sprouts or whatever. Just
Okay. Well,
macaroni and cheese.
I mean, we've
and
got the
sauce.
honey for the crust on the table, but you don't have to use that. It's just
Okay.
if you want to.
Okay. I don't want
but
to.
it is really good.
It's so good.
And she's like, anybody else want something other than pepperoni?
I'll have some cheese.
Okay, cheese and pepperoni for everyone. She goes in the back and puts in the order and says, "Oh, look, these kids are early. Mo, see, we've got kids coming in. It's going to be a great party." She's really trying to encourage it.
This is
So
not gonna be a great party.
I'm trying to think of how we can get more people at this party. I am formulating an idea of some sort of call list at the school. Could we call people to invite them?
I mean, I bet
Do
you
you
that
have
there's
Quarters for the payphone.
there's a payphone for sure.
Yeah, I have some quarters that my dad gave me.
Why
Gave
would
me
you wanna
$2.
Why would you want anybody else to have to go through this?
Well, if there's more people here, maybe it won't be so miserable like you, Jill.
Fawkes just comes over and says, "What you guys talking about?" Hi, by the way.
I Fawkes.
And like right behind Fox, Spirit just got there and is like, "Oh, cool, Ash. Since there's like nobody here, you want to just play D&D now?"
What?
Spirit.
Ash looks tempted. She's trying not to show like. She's like, I mean, it would be kind of fun.
What's D&D?
It's
Game.
Oh, you're gonna love it,
Legs.
Jill. You're gonna love it.
Is this some of that nerd crap that you guys do at the library?
it's a game we play at the library. Yes.
Is this the one where you pretend you're elves and worship Satan?
Well,
Yeah.
Jill,
He said, "Yeah."
Jill, you
Yeah.
absolutely, your parents who are creationists now is canon.
Dinosaur.
Oh, they're satanic panicked all.
Oh,
up.
no.
Yeah.
Panic.
They are very
don't tell your
Sure.
parents.
they're very sure that you will in fact worship Satan every time you play D&D, and at the church that they go to in East Falls, because there isn't a church here because it's too small a town, they pray for people who are being led astray
every day.
by the video games and the violence in the media and the science fiction and the Ouija boards.
All the things we like.
My dad told me that this game makes you worship the devil and eat babies. He would be so upset.
So do you want to play it?
You're gonna
I'm
play
in.
it, aren't you? Oh my gosh.
That's what I thought.
Okay, I guess we're doing this now.
Yeah. Spirit like
You
has
thought you
characters
tuned
already.
in for Kids on Bikes, so you've got your second edition books.
Anyway, TTRPGs have come so far. I love it.
At some point, Lilith brings out some pictures of some soda and brings out the pizza to the table, and
Pictures of soda.
yeah,
I'm sorry.
in the
What?
red cup pictures.
Oh, okay, yeah, those. Because they have a fountain there. Duh.
Yeah,
okay,
yeah.
You're right. I was thinking just like you pour like a 2-liter. I was like, it's gonna get flat.
But unfortunately, you guys are still the only people who have showed up. So you're eating pizza.
I don't want anybody to see me playing Dungeons and Dragons.
Spirit is kind of setting up and getting Jill through character creation. And the music is bumping. We've got some Bone Thugs going on overhead.
Okay. All right. I'm going to see everybody.
And everything's kind of loud, but all of a sudden the power cuts off. This is wild because you guys are used to, in a town like this, like winter storms happen all the time, but it's nice outside and the power cuts off. And like Mo runs outside and he's like,
Shit.
"What?" And he says to Fawkes and Spirit, "Why don't you and your friends go down to the basement and get the generator?" Because they absolutely have a generator.
Oh,
for,
yeah.
for their building.
Of course,
Yeah.
And,
For other things too.
Yeah.
and Fawkes, do you know how to set up the generator?
Heck yeah, he does.
Okay. So
Oh, are they Y2K preppers?
they are preppers,
coming.
not
It's
Y.
coming.
Y2K is maybe a little far out, but
Really?
But we'll be ready.
But in a year or two, when it
People that
comes
were
around,
prepping
yeah.
were, that is not. Yeah.
We'll be ready.
so he sends you guys down to the basement, and this thing is not light, so it does take a couple of you to lift it and put it up, and you probably have to fill it with gasoline and set it up, and so.
And we're doing this in the dark, basically. I mean, do we have
Yeah.
flashlights at least? Or okay, all right,
I mean, he probably handed you guys one.
okay.
I got a +1 in brawn. I'm good.
It's those like bright yellow flashlights they had back in the day.
Yeah, like
Oh, yeah.
Mo hands you guys one from under the sink or something, or from the junk drawer in the. There's not a junk drawer in the restaurant kitchen, but like somewhere there is
There might be.
They're definitely-
Have you worked in a kitchen before?
No, I'm not.
There are junk drawers. It's more like
So-
junk counters sometimes, but
Mhm.
Yeah, so if you guys could head down, and then Fawkes, you'll know that you also have to set it up in the back where the fuses and stuff are. So if you could kind of
Drag it over there.
kind of have your friends help you with that situation.
Okay, who wants to help me? Cricket's chirp.
I can help.
Oh, thanks, Ash.
Just gonna try and help drag it.
Okay, so
How do I do that?
Lift it with your knees, not with your back.
Ooh,
Okay.
I have loyal.
Thanks for the tip.
Oh wait. So that has something to do with helping people.
well, first of all, what we're gonna do is we're
Yeah.
going to have people roll me how many people are helping, because that's going to determine what.
Child does not help.
Just
Child doesn't
two?
help.
To move the generator.
Yeah.
I feel like Joe will watch the two of them struggle with it for a couple of minutes. Fine, move. I'll help. All right.
Okay, okay.
Corner.
So between the two of you, we need to hit a 12,
Hold the flashlight, kid.
but you can all roll for your brawn.
Braun.
Yeah.
All right.
I don't know how to make a group roll, but I'm just making it up as I go along.
Well, so you can assist people.
Yeah, maybe
Yeah,
pick
and
whoever's the
investments.
best, and then that person can have pluses from each of you, maybe.
Okay. Well, I have a D6 in brawn, so that's a 4 total.
Ooh, I did not roll very well.
But she sure tries.
I did. So I rolled a 2 on my 8, but I do have that +1, so I guess it's a 3.
Doing great.
What'd you get, Jill?
Well, I'm watching these numbnuts struggle with it. I got a 9. Jill's just gonna push this. The two of you get that side.
Okay, both Lee and Vil will take adversity tokens for having failed.
For failing.
Jill muscles through, man. She's like hulking it out.
I hate
And-
the patriarchy.
So as you come up the stairs, the veins are bursting in your neck. And people
This is
are
awesome.
people are also probably have flashlights that are just like going in your eyes. Like it's not making it easy. But they're like, "Are you kids okay down there?" And get the flashlight right in your face.
Yeah, thanks for helping, adult men.
What are you even doing up there?
And so Fawkes would show you where the back, because you got to go through the back. This is just for clarification, this is like a line of storefronts. So to go, you would have to go through the restaurant, like the back kitchen to get to the back. You wouldn't go around the building.
Right.
And you're also kind of parallel to the ski resort, with one side of the street facing the mountain and the other side, the back side of the building, would be facing the mountain.
Okay.
And you guys are on where the back side, your parking lot, basically. You've got a great view of the mountain.
Are the lights on the mountain off too? Like, is it?
So
Is it just the
far,
street or is it
as
everywhere?
you guys come out there,
You
Yeah.
can like charge
Everything-
extra for restaurants at that. Yeah.
everything in
Like,
town is off. There is no light. But interestingly, you see some flashes coming from the mountain.
Did you guys see that?
And they're bright and they have different colors. Like there's a green one and a red one and a blue one.
How long in between the flashes?
Sometimes several seconds and sometimes maybe 30 seconds. Like it's not very uniform.
How big are they?
Bigger than a flashlight for sure.
Like we can.
The mountain's
We don't
pretty
think it
far.
might be like headlights or like cars or something.
It's singular lights.
Vehicles.
They are not in the
Colors?
same position, and they are
Different
kind of
colors
flashing different places on the mountain.
Looks like someone's
Um,
having a rave.
They're not close
Never been to
together.
a
Cool.
They're not close together. And as you guys keep looking, I'm going to have anybody who wants to make me a 12 brainy roll.
You need at least a 12.
You need a 12.
It's impossible for me.
It's not though, because you can
You
your
can-
dice can
Oh,
explode.
explode. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Come on, 6.
So what does that mean? Because I didn't get a chance to read through it as in depth as I would like to.
Okay, so you what did you pick for your brains dice?
It's D10 and I got a 10.
Okay.
Whoa, explode.
Yeah.
So
let's explode.
you roll again
Okay.
and you add
and you
whatever
add
you
them
get.
together. Plus
So
whatever
13.
bonuses you also have.
13?
Nice.
Great. Anybody else?
I mean, I guess I can try.
I rolled a 4 out of 6.
Nope.
Okay.
Pretty light.
So those of you who
That's a no. So,
fail,
yeah.
you all get an adversity token. Spirit, you have read about maybe that's like a code. Like it could be like Morse code or something. Like, you've heard your dad talk about that.
Light.
You don't know, like you are definitely not able to, but it does seem like there is a pattern to it. Like maybe one is responding, like you're watching it go, and it's not like Morse code or what this is exactly, but it feels like a call and response kind of thing.
Okay. Yeah. Knowing that, I'm just like, Dad, come out here, quick.
So as you say that, you see one light. You've been watching this for maybe a minute and a half, these lights. And like it was not a long amount of time, but you see one kind of go up into the sky and then nothing. That's where we're going to leave it for tonight.
Oh,
I'm
darn.
pissed.
Okay.
He's like, oh.
I was excited. I haven't been a player in a long time, guys. Oh, what? We're done? What?
That's what I want from you. I want you thirsty for more. On the edge of your seat, biting your nails. Thank you for joining us for this. We're going to have more for you next week. So once again, from Even Footing Games, we appreciate you spending some time with us.